Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Why does that remind me of, what does he say? Can you see I'm in my head already? This is not a good start to the vlog when I'm in my head. What does he say in Frosty the Snowman when they put that hat on him? The cartoon. Happy Christmas. Is that what he says? He says happy something. Why am I in my head? Can you tell I feel much better today? I feel much better today. What does he say? Happy Christmas. I can see it in my head. I watched that cartoon a million times when I was growing up. You know, that's actually a Christmas cartoon that I don't talk that much about, but that was like one of my favorite Christmas cartoons ever. Was the original Frosty the Snowman, when they would all like march through the city and they had like a parade, and then the magician and then the rabbit like saved Santa Claus and all that kind of stuff. How are you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. I am rested. I feel fantastic today, and I just made my coffee. We'll get to the coffee. I have lots of things to talk about today. Lots of things to talk about. Well, kind of. Lots of really exciting things to talk about. I have lots of show and tell, too, as well. First of all, my hat. Can we talk? I brought the hat out because I'm like, I don't really know how cold it is. So I'm like, maybe I need to bring out my hat. Oh, by the way, yesterday on the vlog when I said something about what's the HOA drama that people are asking about, and a lot of people were like, oh, it was like a week ago when you said, I'll let you guys know what the HOA drama is, but I can't tell you right now. Do you guys know what you're talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, well, when I originally read the comment from somebody that said, what's the HOA drama, I thought it was from like that vlog that I said something about the HOA drama. I'm gonna have to, I remember it was when my neighbor came over and she was in her pink slippers. I'm reminded of that because I took the dogs over there to see her today because she was like, bring them over here. That was the whole thing. We'll get to that in a second. But anyway, she had her pink slippers on today. She was telling me I need to watch Call the Midwife. She and her husband are obsessed with that show, Call the Midwife. We were talking about BritBox and all this kind of stuff. She's watching The Pit right now. It's been a very neighborly day today, so we'll get into that in just a second. But I remember her coming over here, and it was like how I ended the vlog, I think. Is that, you guys, I think people think that like I remember everything I say in a vlog. I don't remember anything that I said 5 minutes ago in a vlog, let alone 3 vlogs ago. But if I remember correctly, she like came up here. Did I just stop the vlog, or was it at the very end of the vlog? I don't know. But anyway, I think she came up here, and then I was like, okay. And she was looking down there. It was something about, anyway, I don't really remember what the HOA drama was, and I was like, I can't tell you right now. I'm going to have to ask her. I'm going to have to ask her what it was. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to clear that up really quickly. But can I just tell you about this hat? Okay, so I love this hat. This is probably my favorite. What do you call these? Do you call them ski hats? Stuff like that? I have to tell you something. My mom was very specific about what you called things. Like, if I called this a ski hat and there was like, the word was, I don't know, toboggan or something like that, she'd say it's not, we don't call it a ski hat, we call it a toboggan. She was very specific about things. My Aunt Kathy was too. Caroline and I talk about that all the time. So anyway, like things that like I grew up having to know, like this, I don't know that it really matters in the real world, but like place settings. And I'm not just talking about like what side this, like where the salad fork goes and stuff like that. I'm talking about like if I had to, like, right now, like, on, like, a reality TV challenge, like, set a very fancy plate setting, I could do it. I could have done it at age 8, like, where the butter dish goes and all this kind of stuff, okay? And, like, where the, like, the soup spoon I mean, I could do all that kind of stuff. So, that was, all that stuff. I think, you know, like, Carol and I have talked a little bit about it. Our grandma was kind of like that. Like, our grandma, let me have a sip of this coffee, first of all. Difficult decisions today. I like that sound. Do you have sounds you like? Like, I like that sound, but that leaf blower in the background, I don't like that sound. Today. And that might change tomorrow. Difficult decisions. Okay. I've had a lot. This is a joke, you know what it is. Well, first of all, my difficult decision of the day was I wore this blue jumper for you guys. See, I'm using that word now. For you guys again today, because I wanted to have a little pop color, okay? But then I was like, I just wore it yesterday. I'm literally standing in my closet, and I'm like, should I like wear a different pop of color today? Because people really enjoyed that. I do think about these things. But anyway, so this was difficult decision number one. I did wear I had been doing laundry and it was all folded and stuff in the basement. I brought it all up. The laundry, I have very little, like, I now do very small loads of laundry since I redid my whole closet. It's so nice. So, like, I have, like, one shirt in my laundry basket. I have, like, one t-shirt in my laundry basket. And then, like, everything else is in the closet. It's fantastic. And, I've been, like, buying, like, some kind of, like, fancier underwear and stuff like that. And so I have like a whole, like one of those baskets that I got to arrange the bathroom closet. I have like one of those for socks. And I don't love socks, but I'm trying to wear socks this winter with my shoes and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like starting to enjoy socks. So down in the basement, I have an entire like laundry basket filled, it's not a laundry basket, but filled with socks underneath the hanging basket. I probably have, no exaggeration, 100 pairs of socks. That's like walking socks, workout socks, it's like wool socks, compression socks, all different kinds of socks. But I probably have like 10 socks that I wear regularly. I really, really like those dry fit for walking. They're like thinner, but they're really nice to walk in. I wear those like every walk, the dry fit socks. Bombas, was it Hoka's? I think it was when I got my Hoka's, I got a pair of those socks. A lot of different brands, they're called like dry fit. It's not the brand. I'm sure it is a brand, but it's just the type of socks they are. And I think I have a pair of Bombas from there too, but they're too expensive. So I got on Amazon and I got like 3 for like 15 bucks or something. And the ones on Amazon are better than the Hoka's and the Bombas socks. But anyway, and then like when we go places, like I just bought these socks at Dick's Sporting Goods. And they're like, one's like red on the toe and red on the heel. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those kind of like wintry kind of looking socks, you know, like lumberjack socks. I have a couple pairs of those. Anyway, I have tie-dye socks, stuff like that. I keep in a sock like bin right next to my underwear bin. I'm very organized in my closet right now. So anyway, this is a new t-shirt that I have on today. I washed my face, I lotioned my face, I brushed my teeth and everything, all for you. Okay, difficult decisions, and then we're gonna rewind. I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. So, I think this was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Honest to God, when I got in there today, I thought it's going to be expired. I bought, so this is Cafe Bustelo, the hot coffee. This is a Cafe Bustelo with 1 equal in it. I'm trying to think, I bought raw sugar. What did I buy? I can't remember now. Anyway, sugar substitutes. But this is Cafe Bustelo. I think I have equal in my little, so my mom, this is so weird that I even remember this. My mom at my grandma's funeral, like she and my aunt did like flower arrangements. I don't know how I remember this. I think my mom must have told me this later because I asked her where it was from sometime or whatever. But anyway, they each did like one like, you know, flower arrangement for my grandma's funeral together. But then they each did like their own thing. And I remember my mom picked this like really small little like sterling silver vase. I think she might have even had the vase or something already. And then it was just like the little, do you guys know the little like rosebud roses? They're not like regular roses. They're real small, and and it was sitting on the casket. I know it's kind of bizarre that I use it now for my sugar thing, but my mom used it for years and years and years. She had it like in her living room and stuff like that. So that was the flower arrangement that she used, or that was like what she took. I think she had it before. Maybe my grandma gave it to her or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, it's just, I should show it to you guys sometime. It's just this little silver like vase. It's real small. And so my mom, it was like, I don't know how many she had, but it was like little rosebuds. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think they were like yellow or white or something like that. I can see it in my head. She had it like next to the casket or on the casket or something, but she was very specific. She wanted something very small because she thought it like spoke of her and stuff like that. But anyway, then years later, she always used this little vase. I think she may have had it in the kitchen. My mom, she didn't use sugar substitute though. She used creamer. I don't remember her using sugar. I remember her using creamer. My mom, well, she didn't use creamer. She'd use straight up half and half in her coffee. But, because I talked on here before about like a special treat. Well, we did it a lot. Actually, it wasn't like such a special treat when I was growing up. But my mom loves cereal in half and half. If you've never had it together, it's fantastic. But anyway, and it sounds like I can remember like having like sugary cereal, but as I got older and I would do it like as a special treat, like when I was living in my own apartment and stuff before I got sober. granola with half and half. So anyway, but I can remember my mom using that little vase. It was in the kitchen when she passed away, but she wouldn't have had like sugar packets in it, I don't think. You know, I honestly don't remember why I started using it for the sugar packet thing. So anyway, I also brought these gloves out here because it's getting, I thought it might start getting cold. Before, we get any further in this, and I've told 15 stories in different directions, let's do a time and temperature check. So it is currently 3:07 p.m. Just turned 3:08. And the temperature is, it feels a little colder than yesterday, which means it's probably warmer than yesterday. It is currently 32 degrees today. So, oh, show and tell really quick. Then we'll get to the story about my mom and my aunt, all kind of stuff. Okay, so this hat the other day, so this is actually the hat. So I have, the three that I have right now inside are the black North Face hat that I bought. Is the one with the ball on it? Is that a North Face hat? I like that hat, but I just don't look good in those hats. I wish I did. You guys are so sweet for saying, Peter, you look so nice in those. You guys are so nice for, I think this is the only one I kind of am like, I think I look nice in at this point. The black one's okay. But anyway, I like all three of them, but I have them sitting in the kitchen, and I have them with all like the gloves and stuff in there too. So, I wear this hat like when I come out here and vlog, when I take the dogs outside and stuff like that. I love this hat, okay? See, it's all messed up now, and let me tell you why it's all messed up, okay? Because I went inside the other day when I was vlogging, and I took it off, and when I took it off, I don't want to do it because I'm afraid, I can do it because it'll, when I show you guys this, this is the kind of stuff, this is like math to me, okay? This is like math to me. So this rolls out, and somehow the hat was inside out, because I was like, was the tag showing the whole time that I was vlogging? Surely. Truly, and don't call me truly brown. Somebody would have mentioned it, okay? By the way, oh my God, the other day when the coffee was on the microphone, did I mention this already? Until I started reading the comments where people were like, what's wrong with the sound? What's wrong with the sound? I had no clue what you guys were talking about. When I like put the vlog together, I have it on like 4 volume, so I have it very, very low. So I can hear myself talking, but it's not like I'm listening to it. Like I don't watch the whole vlog back before I post it or anything like that. And so I didn't realize it, that the sound was bad, like for the first like 20, 25 minutes of that. I am so sorry, you guys. It was spilling coffee on there. But what's crazy about it is today there was like something sticky on my tripod and I couldn't figure out what it was. Which, by the way, I guess the other day I said treadmill instead of tripod like a bunch of times. I'm a mess. I am a mess. But I was like, oh, I'm not going to clean it right now because then it'll mess with the camera and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so anyway, this hat the other day, this was like, I swear to God, I felt like I was taking the SATs. Okay, so this is what the hat looked like inside. And I was like, oh, you're never going to get, it's like a liner and a coat, It's like getting necklaces messed up together. I always just hand them to Alex because he can do like 10 necklaces, like all, wound together. It's like one of those puzzles. He can get it undone in like 5 seconds. I can't figure it out to save my life. So anyway, I'm like looking at this and I'm like, oh, this is trouble. So I turn it inside out and I'm like, well, that's not right. You guys, this took me so long to figure out the other day. Look, I did such a good job. I just did it. So we'll have to put the hat on in just a second. Actually, let's just put it on right now because my ears are kind of getting a little bit cold. So that's the first show and tell. I do like this hat though. I think this is the only hat that I kind of look kind of cute in of these types. But see, now this part of the hat up there is not, I don't know. But then is this like too high? It's like it doesn't really matter, does it? It's just like, so I'm warm. Okay. So that's my first show and tell. Oh, my gloves, which I always want to call my mittens. And then what else do I have? Oh, I have a battery. It's way down here in the inside pocket. And then I need, my lips have been really chapped, probably from sitting outside talking. So I was like, okay, I have all these lip balms that I don't show you guys, but they're like, what is going on with this hat? Come on, hat. Make me look cute. Okay, oh, that's better. That's much better. Okay, so I have all these strategically placed lip balms in the house. Do y'all know Treat Beauty is one of my favorite lip? This is not sponsored. I love Treat Beauty so much, okay? Well, I bought this like a year ago. This is the Matcha Tea Mint. And it smells so good. You know what it smells like? Okay, and it even has them on the front of there. Do you guys see? You know those little mints you get at like dinner places that are like red and white? But you know like when you get the green and white ones and it tastes like spearmint? This is exactly what it tastes like. I'm almost out of it. You can see. I'm like at the very, very bottom of it. I love the Treat Beauty products so much. Melissa got me started on those. Oh my God. Love it so much. And people are like, whenever like I show this in a video, people are like, that huge, it's really not that big of a chapstick. I mean, it is, but it's probably, like this is probably, I mean, it's thicker than a chapstick, but I like it so much better. So we'll put that over here. Oh, I was gonna bring out a lighter to light my candle. I didn't do that. Okay. So back to the story with my mom and my aunt. Caroline and I have actually talked about this a lot. I actually feel like my mom kind of said something to me about this one time. So my aunt and my mom were very, very, what's the word? I was going to say weird, but the word's probably better is strict. They were very strict about manners and things like that, which Caroline has completely played into. I have not. I'm not just talking about basic manners. I'm talking about like writing thank you notes for gifts, for dinners, for anything, okay? But then there's a time period that like the thank you cards need to come out with. Like, and like if my mom was sitting here, right, she would laugh. Like this was where, I don't want to use the word patronizing or condescending, but this is where my mom would laugh, like my aunt would laugh, kind of like this was just so basic. Like I don't know the rule, I don't remember the rule. Caroline probably would. But where it was like, you don't send it out in the first 2 days, but it has to be out, but the thank you card needs to be by the 5th day. Like they knew this stuff, you guys. Like it was, like Caroline and I were raised this way. And so like place settings at the dinner, like I can remember like, they would never do it to anybody else. This was the other thing too. Like if I had a friend over or if we had like somebody that didn't do something right at a table, like they would, it was very like Atticus Finch and To Kill a Mockingbird. Like you never corrected somebody else, but they would correct us all the time. Like, and I can remember like one time, I think it was me maybe, like I put like a pat of butter, like, and you had to use the butter knife. I put like the pat of butter like on the side of like my dinner plate, and I remember my Aunt Kathy was like, when at my mom's viewing, my friend that lives in, oh, the mail's here. I don't know this driver. So at my, I've shared this before, but at my mom's viewing, my friend whose mom had passed away the year before, that kind of like walked me through that whole process. She's a Tanya Nice friend that lives in Portland, not Portland. Why can't I think of what I'm talking about? Outside of San Francisco. What's the word I'm looking for? Why can't I think of it? Anyway, I can't think of it. She's actually going to Mexico for a year. Why can't I think of that city that's outside? Well, oh my God! Tanya, I need you, Tanya. I know everybody's like yelling at me. Starts with a P. This is gonna drive me crazy. Hold on just a second. Let me look her up. She'll probably still have. Why is it not? I can't think of it in my head. Dream. Is she not on the Facebook anymore? Oh no, here she is. Oakland. See, I was thinking Oregon. Oakland. But anyway, she was my friend that, like, her mom passed the year before. And so she kind of, like, walked me through the whole process. Godsend. She was such a godsend. She was also my friend that was holding my mom's hand when my mom passed away. And I asked to do the Serenity Prayer. And then I asked her to do the 3rd step prayer. I said, no, not the Serenity Prayer, the 3rd step prayer. And she said the 3rd step prayer. And then she had one tear that went down and then hit my mom's hand. And then my mom flatlined. I don't know, for those of you that haven't heard that story, I feel like at this point, like, I don't know who's heard these stories before, and some of these stories I've literally told over here probably 100 times, so I don't want to, like, keep on repeating the stories, but she was that friend. So anyway, at the viewing, my mom, I feel like I stood there for like 4 hours with people walking through. And so I'm very weird about like cologne and gum. Like I always like to smell like fresh, you know? And so my friend and I don't know, we must have just been standing there like a bunch of cows. Like that's how my Aunt Kathy acted. It was my aunt, me, and my mom. And not my mom, sorry. My friend. And what's weird about this is that so many people thought my friend was like my mom's niece or something because she and my mom look so much alike. Like my friend is like real petite. My mom was real petite. She has long blonde hair. My mom had long blonde hair most of her life. They physically look a lot alike. And so people will be like, oh, you know, like, are you her niece? And whatever. And she's like, no, she's just standing up there for support for me. And so it was my aunt and it was me and it was my friend. And when it started, my aunt turned to us and she was like, and we're like, what? And she was like, give me your gum. She was so mad about the gum. But anyway, that is disrespectful to be chewing gum. But anyway, I 100% agree with that. But it wasn't just stuff like that. It was like, I'm trying to think of something that's so bizarre. Well, the thank you notes were like a huge thing. Oh my God, a huge thing. The thank you notes. Oh, how you wrap a present. Okay, this was a big deal too. Part of it, like, came from my grandma. So, this was the thing. My grandma, I don't know what picture I paint of my grandma. Like, I mean, I talk about her, like, I kind of think it's just so bizarre to me. Like, a couple people have said through the years, I think it's disrespectful. My grandma died when I was 13. She's been gone for a while now, okay? I think she can handle a joke or two. And Caroline's like, we're the only ones alive. I mean, Caroline's literally like, we're literally the only ones alive. Share whatever you want to share. But, you know, I don't know what kind of picture I paint of my grandma. I've shown some pictures on here, but the pictures that I've shown, I think, are not, like, they're from when I was first born. Like, they're not, like, how I remember my grandma being. Like, I mean, my grandma, my entire life, always had, like, roller set white hair. White hair. And wore glasses. I don't ever, like, we have some pictures of her in dresses, but I don't remember my grandma ever wearing dresses. I remember my grandma always wearing, like, slacks, which I hate that word, but they'd always be like mint green or something. Like, do you guys remember those outfits back in the day? They're so dated now, but like where it would be like a blouse, but it'd be like short sleeve and it would have like the big plastic buttons on it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, I remember my grandma wearing a lot of that, but it would kind of be matchy. And then I remember she always wore like these Mary Jane shoes that had like a little heel on them. And, but she always wore like bright red lipstick and she always had her nails were impeccable. Like, absolutely, like, perfect. And she had fake teeth, which, that was like a huge thing when she passed away. I remember my mom and my aunt talking about like, should or should we not bury her with her teeth, which in retrospect is such like a weird conversation to even have. But anyway, she was like, I can remember them saying she hated her teeth. Don't bury her with her teeth. It's just, God. I mean, it's like you kind of can't write this stuff. It's like such reality, you know? So anyway, but that's like the conversations you do have, you know, like during those moments. But my grandma was very particular about things. Like her house, her apartment was very organized, very clean. Like, even as a very small kid, I can remember, like, I can see her ashing her cigarette, and she was always like, I mean, everything was very, very clean. My mom and my aunt were very similar to that. Like, everything was very organized, very clean. I kind of think because my grandma, like my mom, I feel like she said this sometimes, but I feel like because she was so poor, like she felt like she would buy, like my mom and my aunt felt so bad about this. Like she would buy my mom and my aunt like the nicest clothes. I mean, this is kind of why I think part of why they never did tell us that our grandma went to prison. Is because I think what they both realized was that our grandma was stealing money to kind of give them the best life that they could possibly have. I really think, I mean, my dad kind of said that to me. My dad loved my grandma. And, you know, he said, I think your grandma did the best that she could, and she was raising, you know, my mom's dad died when my mom was 4 and my aunt was 6, and she didn't get remarried until my mom was like in middle school, and my mom's stepdad was abusive, and it was bad, and it just was, I mean, it was horrible, and, you know, we know now that, like, my mom and my aunt were like, my mom would say foster, but they were in foster care. They were in foster care, not just for like 3 months, but years, and in and out of foster care, because before my grandfather passed away and after, they couldn't afford to take care of my mom and my aunt, and it was, I don't know, it's just, you know, like my dad has like probably talked to me more about it than anybody and just been like, it's really sad they couldn't, you know, like, just is this, it's, you know, it's, so I think my aunt really would be the one that would talk a lot about my grandma and the manners and stuff like that, and she'd say, I think that she thought your mom and I's only way out was education, because my grandma was very strict about education, that she thought our only way out was education, and like if we could play the part, then we could be the part, like as far as manners and wearing the right clothes and stuff like that. And like in retrospect, like the high school that they went to, Broad Ripple High School, there was only 2 major high schools at that time other than private schools really in Indianapolis proper. There was Shortridge and there was Broad Ripple. I think where my grandma lived was very divisive. What's the word? Not divisive. It was calculated in that she wanted them to be. It wasn't a rich area, but it was definitely a very diverse area where there was a lot of different like economic backgrounds. You know, my mom's best friend Diane, like her dad was one of the first neurologists in Indianapolis and lived right around the corner. My mom and my aunt's house was not big by any means. It was very, very small. But I think for what my grandma could afford, like it was like the best. So I think she was trying to do that. She was like, you know, my grandma was growing up, she had a stepmother. Her mom died when she was very young. She had a stepmother that treated her like shit. And my grandma like graduated. I've told the story before. She graduated like a, you know, bookkeeping degree or however it happened back then. She graduated the high school degree, but like majored in bookkeeping. I don't know how, I'm not in college, but in high school. Do you remember like, it's weird to me when I hear stories like that. They will talk about like what they majored in high school and I'm like, what? Like, or sororities. Like when I talk about my mom being in a sorority in high school, people are like, that's not a thing. It actually still is a thing here in Indianapolis. Like North Central right up the street, which is where my cousin Caroline went, they still have fraternities and sororities there. A lot of schools in Indianapolis do. But my grandma had this horrible, horrible upbringing, you know. She like worked in high school. She like bought this graduation dress. My mom would tell this story all the time. And then like she came home to get ready for a graduation or something and opened the box and her stepmother had cut the dress up into like 1,000 pieces or something. Like just cruel. And I think she thought like if my mom and my aunt were ever going to have a chance, like they had to be in a good school system. They had to have the possibility of meeting like other families, like families that cared about education. My grandma was very, very strict about education. Like it was not even, my mom would say like, it was, I mean, this is in the late 50s, okay, that it wasn't even a question whether they were going to go to college. Like, and this was like a generation where not everybody went to college. My dad was the first out of 5 that went to college and he was the youngest, you know, like, and it was expensive. And I think like not making excuses for my grandma at all or condoning that behavior, but I think that's why I just remember my grandma being a really, I know people say this about, you watch Love After, what's the Love After Lockup and all those shows, they're always like, yeah, they're a really good person, but like, I just remember my grandma always being like, with the dogs. Like, she was always like hanging out with the dogs, and she always had dogs in her house. She had this 8x10, my mom would joke about it. Like, she's always 8x10 framed pictures of her black lab, Misty. That was her name. I've used that name as a joke in videos before, but my grandma had a black lab named Misty. It was this huge dog. It would just like wander through the house and stuff. She loved that dog. And then wherever she was at, our house or Caroline or my aunt and uncle's house, she always was sitting with the dog, smoking a Salem Light with her long red. But I think like my grandma thought like that was her, like manners were gonna help. We're gonna help my mom and my aunt, like, I don't know, maneuver the world better or something. And I think that's why she was so strict with it. My mom and my aunt were very, very strict with it. Caroline, like, I think Caroline doesn't play, I was resistant to it because I was brought up in it. And so I was like, I don't, like, it was like kind of challenge authority kind of thing. Like, I'm like, I'm not doing all this. But Caroline, like, she enjoys it. Like, she enjoys, like, not like she wouldn't correct somebody. And they never did either. I don't ever remember, like, if we had somebody over, like, for Christmas or Easter or something like that and they didn't, they would never say anything. But to Caroline and I, they would. Or, like, I can remember, like, my mom pulling me in the kitchen and saying something to me about, like, making a joke at the dinner table. That was, like, another thing that, like, appropriate conversations at dinner tables. That was actually a huge thing. That's actually been kind of a funny thing in my relationship with Alex, because when I first started hanging around with like Alex and his family and stuff like that, like we would have these family dinners, and this is when like Fufu was in high school, Carlos was still in Venezuela. The camera stopped. And so we would go over to Alex's mom's house for dinner. And, well, maybe it was when Carlos was here visiting, too, that it started. But that would have been, like, he was here for, like, 6 months when we first started dating. But anyway, they would, like, say stuff to each other. Like, his mom didn't understand, like, the dirty slang, like, English slang. And so they would say stuff to each other, but they would, like, raise the bar. You know, like, I don't want to say the thing. But they would, like, say things to each other, and then they'd kind of, like, you know, like, Alex would be like, you, and they'd be like, they would just raise it, and finally I would go, Alex, like, enough, like, but that would be when his mom would clue in, and she'd say, what? Because they would say it right in front of her. They thought it was funny, because she didn't really understand, right? And so, she'd say, what? And then say, nothing, Mom, what, you know? And I would say, and then she'd look at me and she'd say, what did they say? And then I felt bad, because I felt like I needed to tell her. Like, Alex still brings that up. He's like, God, you get so upset. I'd be like, my mom hated that. My mom hated, like, crass conversation. Like, oh my God. Just, she could not stand it. My grandma either. My grandma would, I can remember my grandma being like, please not at the dinner table. Well, that was how my aunt, like, my aunt would be like, please not at the dinner table. If I called Caroline right now, she would start laughing, because that was how her mom would say things like that. Interestingly enough, though, like, when I look back, like, oh my God, like, okay, other things that Caroline has, like the centerpieces, the flower centerpieces have to be perfect. Like, that was my aunt's thing. My mom, not so much. My aunt was that thing. But you couldn't buy a centerpiece. You had to make it yourself. That's probably why my mom didn't enjoy it. My mom didn't like to do stuff like that. Oh, handwritten invitations to parties. Oh, never. Oh, this printed out stuff and Evites and stuff. Oh my God, my mom and my aunt would be losing their minds right now. No, always handwritten invitations. You never, no, like that would, you don't call somebody and just invite them over. No, handwritten invitations for like a chili dinner. You guys think I'm exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. Anyway. How did I start talking about all this kind of stuff? I don't know. But, okay, so, I was talking about my grandma. I don't even know what got me started on that. Something about, but anyway, so today, when I got up, difficult choices. Difficult choices. So when I got up, well, not when I got up, when I started coming out here to make this vlog today, I was standing in the kitchen. Okay, so like a month ago, this is gonna bring me back to what I was talking about with my mom. Now I don't remember. But anyway, what was I thinking about with my mom? What is going on there? Oh, they're doing some leave work or something in here on a Saturday. They like sealed the road the other day. Was I vlogging when they did that, or was I bringing the dogs outside? I didn't know what they were doing. They were blowing the street. Well, they sealed part of the street, and then they were blowing it. It was the weirdest thing. I don't know if I was vlogging when they were doing that, but I was like, why is it, what are they doing? It's so loud, I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, I can't believe I've vlogged for a half an hour already. This is crazy. But anyway, so, what was I saying? Okay, so I was standing in the kitchen, I was getting all my stuff ready, right? To come out here and vlog. And I was like, oh my God, I keep on forgetting that I have that. Oh, this is what I was saying. This is the Cafe Bustelo. How did I get talking about my mom and the manners and all that kind of stuff? That's going to drive me crazy. Because I feel like there was another story within that story. There always is, isn't there? Anyway, so I was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I bought this iced Cafe Bustelo. I did not even know that they made iced Cafe Bustelo, and I saw it at the grocery store. Alex took me to Kroger one day. I think I showed it in the haul, and I was real excited about it. Okay, so I got one that's just the regular Cafe Bustelo, and then I got one that has sugar in it, and I bought both of them. Well, I haven't even opened them yet, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna open them one today. I was real excited about it, and I looked, and I was like, for sure, don't call me Shirley, for sure they're expired, okay? Because I think it's been 3 or 4 weeks at this point. Well, I go in there and look, and they don't expire till March of 2026. I was like, praise Jesus. Okay, so I almost opened the unsweetened one. No, I think I was going to open the sweetened one. I had the cup down. I had ice in the cup and everything. And I looked outside and I was like, it looks so cold outside. So I was like, F the iced coffee today. We're just going to have like hot coffee. So cheers. I don't remember what I was talking about with how I got started talking about manners and all that kind of stuff. Thank you notes. Thank you letters. I mean, you know, like when Caroline and I talk about it, it's all kind of like when Caroline and I remember stuff from our childhood, well, this is the crazy thing about it, is like, you know, I talk about it like in this maddening kind of way, which it was, but also those are kind of like some of my fondest memories, in all honesty. Like when Caroline and I were talking about the dinner rolls at Christmas, and I said something about the dinner rolls that she got with like, she orders it from like Market District or something like that. It's this grocery store here in town. The Christmas and Thanksgiving meals. And I thought the rolls were fantastic. And I said, Caroline, I think these are almost better than Taylor's. Oh, it's like Caroline's become our moms. She's like, nothing is better than Taylor's rolls. Next year we're doing, I said, okay, well, I could have brought Taylor's rolls, Caroline. You could have driven me by there. We could have picked them up. I asked you if you wanted me to get anything. You said no. Oh, Taylor's rolls are so much better. I'm kind of channeling my Aunt Kathy right now. But anyway, Caroline always says I do my aunt better than anybody. And my aunt would call me up. Peter, it's your Aunt Kathy. Hey, Aunt Kathy, how are you? Peter, we need to talk. Actually, my dad does my Aunt Kathy better than ever. So this is how it would go when my aunt was still alive. So for those of you that do not know, my Aunt Kathy, my mom's sister, was friends with my dad before my mom and dad knew each other, okay? So my dad and my aunt are the exact same age. And so they were both at IU together first before my mom came 2 years later, okay? My dad was president of the Fiji House at IU. Go IU! Go IU! Somebody said that they were rooting. I loved this comment. Somebody said they were rooting for IU, and their husband came in the room and said, why are you rooting for IU? And they said, because of Peter. I love that so much! I don't even know football. And so many people were cracking up that I was talking about football. But anyway, my dad was so excited. He was so excited. But, so, oh, my dad was also, okay, so my dad, so Susie, my dad, and my Aunt Kathy are all the same age, okay? I think. So anyway, so Susie and my Aunt Kathy were friends before my mom and Susie were friends. And Susie was friends with my dad before, okay. So anyway, I was gonna, a little side note, just imagine my mom's funeral, okay? With my dad and my stepmom coming into my Aunt Kathy's house and all these people that knew my dad before my mom. My stepmom's such a good sport, she really is. But anyway, so they were down at IU. So my dad was, but he wasn't, I don't know when he was president of the Fiji House. Maybe his third year? I don't remember. But then my aunt was like really big into the pie-fies and stuff like that. And so, because my mom she wasn't going to be a pie, she wasn't going to, what do you call it, rush and all that kind of stuff. My aunt was like, you will rush. And then, so, oh my God, how deep do I want to get in this story? Okay. So, my aunt was not allowed, they would go and they would talk about one of the girls that was rushing, and then they would say, do we want her, do we not want her? Well, my aunt was not allowed to be part of it when my mom was rushing. And so, and my aunt was a big part of the pie-fi house. This is so petty and stupid, but it's stories I used to love to tell. Susie still loves to tell these stories. And so, my mom's name came up, and because this is like kind of how like sorority's got a bad name and stuff. Like now you see it in movies, nobody cares and whatever. But like my mom's name came up and they said she would be a great candidate, but she was a lot of trouble at Broderick Ball. And they're like, yeah, she ran this sorority. So my mom was president of the sorority that she was a member in Broderick Ball. But they were kind of like the pink ladies in Grease. Like my mom had real short hair, blonde bangs, like short hair, and she wore taps on her shoes in high school and stuff like that. I think it was called Kitty Cat or something like that. Oh my God. It's on her charm bracelet, and I gave it to Caroline. I'll have to ask Caroline what it's called. It's not Kitty Cat. My mom would die if she was sitting here. She would walk down the hallways, and the girls in the sorority would have, my mom would snap her fingers. They had to carry bags of candy of my mom's favorite candy, and they had to open it. And my mom could just, she'd just like take out bubble gum and stuff like that. This is in high school. So she almost didn't make pie pies because of that. My aunt caused such a scene because she heard them saying they were going to vote against her, that my aunt was like, if my sister's not a pie pie, I'm not a pie pie. My aunt rode hard for my mom, always protected her. Okay, what's crazy about this story is, I've shared this from time to time before, not real popular, but also one of my mom and my aunt's fellow Pi Phi sisters was Jeannie Carroll, which I think most people know today as E. Jean Carroll. I think a lot of you probably know who she is. Okay, so anyway, Jeannie Carroll, my mom was really good friends with Jeannie Carroll back in the day. Jeannie, who is now E. Jean Carroll, you guys know the allegations and all that kind of stuff, or all that stuff that happened. I've actually thought about all this. Like, Susie knows her real well. And I'm like, I mean, God, to hear Susie talk on the phone about it is crazy. But anyway, she wrote a book years and years and years ago called Female Difficulties. And one of the things, I have the book. She literally inscribed it to my mom in the basement. It's in the basement. And so she went and did like all these different, like each chapter is dedicated to like different women in kind of like different environments. Like she went on the set of like a porn shooting and stuff like that, and like how the women were treated and whatever. But one of the things that she did was she went to Rush at the Pi Phi house. Well, she wasn't supposed to write about it, and she did. And she talked about how they would flash girls' pictures up on the wall, and they would talk about, like, they would say something like, well, she's gorgeous, we want her, she's ugly, we don't want her. Well, she wrote the whole thing in the book, and she got her pin lifted. She actually, in the book, it has the letter from the Pi Phi Association saying that they took her pin away. She's no longer a Pi Phi. And my mom was so upset about it when it happened and stuff like that. But the sorority thing is really interesting. I think the sororities, like, my mom would say if she was sitting here, she'd say all my lifelong friends were my sorority sisters. So she was like, you know, and it's interesting because I can remember when Fufu became a Sigma Chi at Ball State. So my brother-in-law was a Sigma Chi at Ball State. And, you know, he was a skater kid, and with his first year at Ball State, he just didn't fit in. He wasn't meeting anybody that liked to skate. There wasn't any place to skate. He really wanted to transfer to IU. And his mom was like really, really encouraging him to stay at IU, or to stay at Ball State. And so he ended up, who is over here getting out of their car? Are we getting a package? Oh, we are getting a package. Hold on. Fufu, Sigma Chi. Fufu, Sigma Chi. I can't forget what I'm talking about. Or maybe my neighbors are getting a package. Or am I getting a package? I like his shoes. Are we getting a package? Oh, he doesn't know which way it's going. I don't think it's for me. I want a package. I don't even know if I've ordered anything. I don't think it's for me. Anyway, Fufu Pledge, Sigma Chi. What's interesting about that is that today, Fufu's closest friends, if they go visit and stuff like that, and a lot of them have moved to San Diego, are his Sigma Chi brothers. My dad's closest friend, the one that I talk about like in San Francisco, not San Francisco, Sarasota, that he would go visit that passed away years ago, he was my dad's fraternity brother. Like, it's interesting when you look back on that, and I don't know, I mean, Alex always, like, Alex's dream was to go to Butler here in Indianapolis, and he wanted to be in a fraternity. Oh my God, if my mom and Alex ever had the chance to talk about Greek life, like, Alex loved, like, when we got together, he always, oh, hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Good. Thank you. I like your shoes.
Thank you. You have a good one.
Hey, you too. Be safe.
I'll try.
What is this, I wonder? Should I open it? I don't know what it is. Oh, I do know what this is. This is so boring. I was real excited because look, I was like, did I order a book? Oh my God, what book did I order? You want to see how old school I am, everybody? Okay. We'll show everybody how old school I am. The other night, I actually ordered this like 2 nights ago. I wanted the exact same. I don't even want anything different, okay? I wanted the exact same one that I had. And so I was like, blue sky, 2026, and I put in here weekly, monthly. And it pulled up these big ones. I was like, no, I've had those in the past. This is exactly how I like it, so I can put my appointments in here. So today I get to put all my appointments. Oh, we finally bought our Ultra Music Festival tickets. That's all we've done. We haven't planned the Russo trip, but we finally yesterday bought our Ultra Music Festival tickets. So, I can say we are going to Ultra Music Festival this year, okay? That's the only thing we have planned. We don't know what we're doing, if we're going before, if we're going after. We don't know if we're going somewhere else after, if we're staying in Miami. We don't know what we're doing, but we are definitely going to Ultra Music Festival this year. And do you know what's so weird is that usually I get really, really excited about seeing like the big DJs because, oh, the battery went to the halfway mark. Because those are usually the only ones that I know. But last year, was it last year or 2 years ago? We saw, I think it was 2 years ago, we saw this DJ. Well, is it a group? I don't even know. They're called Art Bat. They're from somewhere in Europe. I love them. They're the Carl Cox, the Resistance stage. And I loved them. And they're like one of the headlining people at the Resistance stage this year. So I'm real excited about that. But anyway, I don't, like, even if I had gone to, like, IU or something like that, like, all my friends that went to IU, they all lived, if you live in Indiana or know anything about IU, you'll know this, but if you don't, they all lived at Collins. Collins was, like, the artsy, hippie dorm. They all lived there. They all, like, art majors or music majors, environmental majors, stuff like that. I wouldn't have pledged a fraternity. I wouldn't have been in a fraternity even if I had gone to IU, even if I had gone anywhere. I mean, I do sometimes wonder, like, do you know what's interesting about that is, like, you hear a lot about this today, but, like Alex has two of Alex's really good, so Alex there was, like, 4 of them that were really, really close at IU. He still, like, talks to them regularly, 4 guy friends. One lives in Chicago, one lives in Denver, one lives in Florida, and it's these 4 guy friends that they were like best friends in college. 2 of them were in fraternities. I really haven't heard that many gay guys, and they were like out in college too. I haven't really heard that many gay guys have horrible experience. That's just from what I've heard from people. I mean, have I heard 1 or 2 like bad experiences? I really can't think of one that I have where like the fraternity brothers were like really cruel to them. I've never really heard that. I mean, I think I've seen it in TV shows and stuff like that, but I really haven't heard it. But that just wasn't my thing. Like, that wasn't my thing. I actually got this comment on my drama video because I was talking about, I did a Q&A, and somebody said, what did you want to be when you were a kid? And I said that I wanted to write for soaps. And somebody said, I thought you wanted to be a fashion designer. Where did that come from? I did want to be a fashion designer. That was actually later, though. I think I started wanting to be a fashion designer. Well, I read a lot of fashion magazines when I was younger. My mom always had them around. My Aunt Kathy definitely had them around. And I loved playing with Barbies and stuff. But, like, really wanting to be a fashion designer, I think that probably hit me, like, 9th or 10th grade. By, like, the end, like, by my junior year was when I was, like, sewing clothes for my friends, making clothes for my friends. Somebody actually asked me on that video, they're like, do you have anything that you made that you could show in a video? And I was like, oh my God, I wonder if I do. I have to somewhere in the basement. Everything is so organized in the basement. I have to have at least one thing that I made down there. The problem is, through the years, I have gotten rid of so many things that I wish I would have kept. I mean, I have had some, like, I look back on, I got this, so my friend and I, well, I, like, 2 or 3 pairs of Doc Martens I wish I would have kept. Like, there's these Oxblood, like, platform shoes that I had. I let somebody use them for drag talent years ago. Years ago. That was before I was even sober. But I had this, like, hoodie that I got in, like, Camden Lock. And it was, like, it looked like, what do you call it? I'm going to call it a handkerchief. But what do you call it? You know, that people, like, put in their pocket, tie around their neck. What's that called? Why can't I think? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I ended up getting rid of that thing. I think because I gained so much weight. I wish I had kept that. Oh my God. I had this blue coat. It was like this denim coat from J. Peterman. Are they still around anymore? It was like this raincoat, but it was denim, and it had those loops through it. It was very Shetland. I wish I still had that. I don't have that. There's so many things that, like, I got rid of through the years because I thought I'll never fit in this again or I'll never wear this again. But you know what? I bet but almost everything that I made, I gave away. Like, the next day, I gave it away, and then they would wear it to school and stuff like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I would have in my basement. I didn't really ever make myself much. Well, that's not true. Patchwork jeans I would make myself, but, I mean, those wouldn't have been my proudest moments. That's where you just, like, you know, like, sew patches down jeans and stuff like that. But anyway, not patches, but like I would take, so you would split the jeans on the seam. You would get a size of jeans that was like 2 sizes too small. And then you would split the size. This is like a hippie thing. It wasn't like I came up with the idea, but everybody would ask me to make them for them because it was real easy to do. And then I would go to the thrift store and I would buy like the most wild looking, it was usually dresses that were kind of like rayon. And then you would pick like the most wild colors and like flowers and florals and stuff like that. And then like down one leg, it would just be like a strip of all these different patterns. They were really cool. Do you guys remember when people wear those to like Dead concerts and stuff like that? They're real easy to make. So I would make those. I mean, that would take me like a half an hour to sew in a sewing machine. Bags. I used to make bags a lot too. And I loved making bags, like purses and stuff like that. I mean, not like anything elegant. I'm talking about like, let's just call them bags. Let's just not that. But I don't know. I bet I do somewhere in the basement. If I don't, I have pictures of stuff that my friends wore. This one jean jacket, no, it wasn't a jean jacket, it was a tux jacket. So I would get like a lot of stuff and repurpose it. So I got a tux jacket my friend would wear a lot. She would wear, I think it was, she would wear it with these jean shorts. And then I cropped it. And then like the whole bottom of it was all like, ombre, like it went down in color. This was before like people were doing that. So it was like yellow, but it like faded down to like white. Like, so from here down, and it was cropped here, was all like silk flowers. And I like sewed each one on. No glue gun. I like sewed them on. I did use a glue gun at times, but no, I sewed each one on. I loved it. Anyway. I think that, you know what? It's interesting I look back on that. Like, I would have loved to have worked in fashion. I don't know that I would have wanted to be, like, in retrospect. At that time, I did really want to do that. I don't know that I would have wanted to be a fashion designer. I mean, you're talking about extreme commitment and things like that. It's like, well, definitely not today. Like, people are like, you still could be. I can't even pick a book to read, let alone, I mean, I'm reading like, right now I'm reading like 6 different books. Okay, this one book that I started the other night on the Kindle is called Wreckage Road, I think, and it is about this earthquake that hits in Oregon. Why does it sound so weird when I say that? Oregon? Why does it sound so weird when I just say it by itself? Anyway, and then the tsunami hits. It is really, really good. I'm loving it, you guys. I don't know how I never heard it before. It's 3 books. It's called Wreckage Road. And this one guy is like an EMT guy. EMS guy. And he has like this dog named Watson. And the dog is throughout the whole thing too. And I love that. So if you're looking for, I haven't seen her for a while. Hey, how are you? Good. You better stay warm. I like your green socks. I love green socks. Oh my God. Have I told you a story about my friend's old roommate? Oh, I did just tell that not too long ago. He had the green socks on. To this day, I still love green socks. So anyway, okay, I don't know what I've been talking about. This is going on. Oh my God. Oh, we're at like 52 minutes. Okay. It says 22, but I gotta add it up. Add it up. Add it up. Do y'all like the Violent Femmes? Oh my God, I love the Violent Femmes. Caroline loved the Violent Femmes in high school. Some song came on the other day. I was like, Caroline, you remember every word? She's like, I don't remember. I was like, you love the Violent Femmes in high school. She's like, I don't know. But anyway, so last night, well, you know, I thought when I got off here, first of all, thank you all for your diagnoses. I got 15 different things from, you're just worn out from being around a lot of people. I do think that that might be true. I do. The thing is that so many people that I know, like, I feel like every person we talk to is like, I'm getting the flu. I'm getting the flu. I'm getting, like, times like everybody that I know is getting the flu. I thought, well, Shirley, don't call me Shirley, I'm probably getting the flu. And I just haven't felt it yet. Because everybody's like, I didn't feel it for like 2 days. Well, today I feel better. So I don't think I'm getting the flu. I don't know. Maybe I was just worn out from being around a lot of people. But usually that takes me like a day. Like, this was kind of, this is the difference. Is like, you know, like when you, this is part of why I didn't want to say it on video either, even though I did ask for your suggestions, I will say that. But like, if I come on camera and I say like, my stomach hurts today, people are like, oh, it's this, or it's that, or it's this. And like one day, I love that somebody said on there, I just want to say I so appreciate this comment. And they said something about, like, they were sick or something, and they thought, oh, Peter's never sick. Like, I'm really never sick. Like, I very rarely on here say, like, I don't feel very good today, because I try not to, because if I do, then it's like, people are like, oh, it's this, it's that. It's like, oh my God, I'm convinced you're, So I'm like, I don't really say it. I probably feel like shit more often than you know, but I don't say it on here because if I do, just one time, people are like, it's this, it's this. That's why I said yesterday, please just diagnose me because I already knew it was going to happen. Oh my Lord, that scared me. It's a trash can. But anyway, okay, it felt different than me just being tired. I know when like my body is exhausted and I need to take a break. I know what that feels like. It didn't feel like that. It felt like, like when you feel like you're getting sick? That's what it felt like. I just really don't get sick. I really don't. I was talking about this yesterday. Like, my mom, like, when she first started getting sick, before, like, we knew everything, like, this is before she passed away, I can remember she said, because she had the flu the week before, and she said, I never get sick. She's like, and she didn't. My mom never got sick. My dad never gets sick. Like, my dad's, who is out, where? Sounds like somebody's slapping their butt cheeks. Should we go look? Should we go look and see what it is? A second. Yeah, I'm curious. It's not my neighbors across the street because I can see that their garage door's not open. Is it Laura? I think it's Laura. Are you slapping your...
Oh my God.
Are you slapping your butt cheeks together?
That would be impressive.
I just put you on camera. Do you care?
What? No.
You look so pretty today.
Clapping my... Here, stop lying to me.
You look so pretty.
Okay,
And your purple shorts.
I'm sweating so bad.
You're convincing me to...
You know how you helped me move my bed up?
Yeah. Do you need me to move it back down?
No, I'm moving it back down.
Okay. I can help you though if you need me to.
That one I can do. It's just moving it up that I can't do.
Okay. Look at your fuzzy slippers.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start the Pierce Brown books. I think you've convinced... Oh, she went...
I'm gonna die.
I can't wait.
Literally like reread it with you. I love them so much.
Well, we need to pick a better book for the pool this year.
Yeah.
Because obviously you didn't get past chapter
Well,
1.
It should be Pierce Brown.
Okay, we can do Pierce Brown.
I just got the hardcover set and
Oh my Lord, did you?
I bought special edition dust jackets for them, so they're like...
Where did you go for New Year's Eve? I saw your pictures.
Oh, we went to Cholita.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alex's friend... Well, I'll tell you the story later.
Okay. It was cool. They advertised unlimited drinks and unlimited tacos. There were no tacos. There were like hors d'oeuvres that were like this big. They didn't have my favorite taco out.
I've never been there, but it looks cute.
And then, yeah, it wasn't really that... People weren't dancing. We had
Was
like
Broderpool busy?
I don't know. We only stayed there.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, well, let me...
Friends, but...
We need to check in.
Let me, also, I have 3 copies of the first book of Red Rising, so you could borrow one.
I'm going to listen to it on Audible.
Oh, nice. There's a dramatized version I hear is good.
Oh, I just saw that come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
My friend really likes it.
I'm doing exercises. What?
Wish me luck. I'm rearranging everything.
Oh my God, you do that like once a week. We're doing exercises in the yard. Here, let's do exercises in the yard. Come on. We got to get ready for the Summer Olympics, the pool Olympics.
While I'm clapping my vacuum.
We got to get ready for the pool Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, now we got our new neighbors across the street. We love her, remember? Yeah. It's going to be fun.
It looks so good for the pool, too.
I know. We got 5 months left. Okay.
Already look great.
I know, because of the walking, baby. The walking. Bye. I love my neighborhood so much. We have so much fun. I pass Laura like every time that I walk. I pass her outside. Oh my God, is the battery flash? Ah, the battery's flashing while we were doing our exercises. Okay, let me change the battery so I can end this because I do have to talk about Vera and some other things. So let me change the battery and I will, where am I at on time, just so I can remember. Whew, and I'm so out of breath from my exercise and I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. Has anybody noticed what I haven't said? Like in the last 2 vlogs. Honey, the land! Somebody said in my video the other day, they said, I cannot wait until you have retired Honey to Land, because I am tired of it. I'm never tired of it, Honey to Land. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I think I'm fully repaired. I don't know. Maybe I was tired. Maybe I was exhausted. It really wasn't that deep of a... I just wanted to just share how I was feeling. I wasn't feeling the greatest, you know? But this is what I was going to say. Yesterday, I truly, and don't call me Truly Brown. I can't believe people are sick of Honey to Land, but they're not sick of Truly Brown. She looks like straight up Janis Joplin. Have y'all seen her these days? Anyway. Oh, did you guys know what happens tomorrow night? On Sister Wives, I saw it in the People exclusive. Janelle gets her spiritual release. It happened a year ago. We probably should have already known that. But anyway, hold on. I got to adjust this camera thing. I'm afraid to, like, move this thing, because if I do, it's just easier to do that. Okay. But anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Okay. What was I saying? So when I went inside yesterday, I kind of already resigned myself to the fact that I wasn't going to walk, which I'm like really missing my walks because it's been a couple days now. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to relax. I honestly thought I'd be as tired as I was like the day before, and I'd take like 2 naps, like a nap when I got done with my vlog and like another nap. I wasn't that tired. I was kind of surprised. Like I felt so much better after I got done vlogging yesterday. I was still tired. Like I was lethargic, but I wasn't like I couldn't move on, right? So... But I also knew that I wasn't going to walk. I was like, don't push it. Just like, you know, take care of yourself. But I wasn't tired enough to lay down. So I actually listened to... Well, I had to start over the James Patterson book. The 7th... So I've got 7 James Patterson books to go to catch up. Deadly Cross is what I'm listening to. So I had to start it over because I didn't remember because I've been doing the Christmas books and all this kind of stuff. So I started the James Patterson book over. I have like an hour and a half left of it. I actually really like this one. It's about... Oh, I need some more chapstick. It's about... That's my attention. Do you see this? It's like over here and I'm like... Oh, I need more chapstick. That's my life right there. It's about... The vice president's ex-wife is murdered with her boyfriend. Oh, but John Sampson's wife is killed... Or she dies at the beginning of it. This heart thing. I actually really like it. So I was cleaning the kitchen... I was trimming candle wicks, playing with the dogs, taking the dogs outside. I was doing laundry, folding the laundry, taking it upstairs, fixing my... That's when I was doing the underwear and the sock drawers. That's why I was telling all that stuff. So anyway, and I listened to like a lot of that, and I really enjoyed it. So then when I got done with that, Alex was watching The Gilded Age. My husband watched 3 seasons of The Gilded Age in 2 days. He loved it. I didn't realize Carrie Coon was in it. Carrie Coon's like one of my new favorite actresses. When I saw her on White Lotus this year, so she's the one that says, I'm just happy to still have a seat at the table. I'd never seen her in anything before. I don't think. If I had, I don't remember. I was like, who is this actress? I don't know her. She was in The Leftovers. She was like the main star. She played Nora in The Leftovers. She's in The Gilded Age. She's like in all these things. I didn't realize that Carrie Coon was such like a fantastic actor. I didn't know she was that well known. Knew nothing about her. So anyway, he loved The Gilded Age. He loved it so much. So he was watching that though last night, and he was like, do you want to watch a movie? Do you want to watch a TV show? And I said, to be honest with you, like I just really kind of want to catch up on my shows, and I'm probably going to take a nap. I want to read and stuff like that. He's like, okay. He's like, so tomorrow night. He might meet up with a friend of his later for a drink or something like that, or a glass of wine, that she went to Vegas with her boyfriend to go for New Year's to see the Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys are back again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They all wore white and stuff like that. Their pictures were real cute. They saw him at the Sphere. But anyway, he hasn't seen her in like 2 weeks. So he's like, do you care? I said, no, not at all. I'm going to read and watch shows anyway. So I laid on the couch last night, and while he was watching on the TV, he was watching The Gilded Age, I caught up on Matlock. I'm caught up on Matlock. So I didn't know how they were going to write that one guy off, and I kind of thought it was going to have something to do with his fiance's pregnancy, and anyway, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but I'm caught up on Matlock. The show just stresses me out completely. But what else did I watch last night while I was sitting downstairs? First I finished the first season of Unforgotten. Okay, here's my thing about the show, Unforgotten. So it's a BritBox show. This is the UK version. I think there's like a Swedish version or something like that. I don't dislike it. I like the woman that plays the main character. One of the things I love about the BritBox shows is that you really get to know, like, the detectives and the characters and stuff like that. It's the character development that I really like. On this one, you didn't really get to know her real well. Kind of, like, her mom's died, and she lives with her dad, and her sons are at college, and she finds out, her dad finds out her mom is having an affair, but, like, there's not, like, a real lot of depth to her, or anything like, I like her, and I like her partner, but there's not really a lot of depth, and the story was so sad for, like, the first season. It was all about, like, racism and homophobia, and it was, like, this cold case from, like, the 70s. I mean, I like the whole concept of the show. I will watch, like, I will continue to watch every season of it. I think there's 5 seasons of Unforgotten. But I was like, I want to watch something else right now. So, I can't remember, so I finished that last night, and I finished Matlock, and then I listened more to my audiobook. And then Alex was like, he was like, I think he had like 5 episodes left. And he was like, I'm going to finish this. He's like, unless you want to watch something. I said, no, I'm going to go upstairs and lay down with the dogs. And I'm going to read for a little bit. So I went upstairs and I read like a chapter. Oh, I was going to bring my Kindle out here. I didn't. I read like a chapter out of like 6 books. Well, except for the Wreckage Road, I read like 4 chapters out of that. That's the one about the tsunami. But I read like, and I think I read 2 chapters of The Christmas Corpse. I'm really trying to get that book done by this weekend. Because then I'm done with all the Christmas books. And then, because I finished Nikki's pick the other night, Winter Visitor, I said, did you like it? She goes, no. She goes, it was really not good. And then Merritt messaged me about it. And she's like, why do all these books start off really good? And then it wasn't good. I think I gave it 2 stars. But anyway, after the Christmas Corpse, I love the Christmas Corpse. It's not an advent calendar book. But then I'm listening to James Patterson book. So my next goal is to get done with all the James Patterson books. But you know, I'm like, this is where I'm at with it. Because so we're reading the Kathy Reichs books that started January 1st. Mel and I are doing, so like last year I did the James Patterson, Alex Cross read along. So I asked Mel if she wanted to do it. So Mel and I are doing it for 2026, and we picked the Kathy Reichs, the first one's Deja Dead. And they based the TV show Bones on this character. And so there's 24 books, so we're reading 2 a month. I'm really, really excited about getting into this. So, you know, like here's the thing, like, at this point, I'm kind of just ready for the Alex Cross books to be done. But at the same time, I'm like, well, they should have been done already. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I have 7 books that I have to listen to. Like, I might as well enjoy it while I'm listening to it. So I'm really trying to, like, be in the moment of listening to the book and just really enjoying it. I like this one, this Deadly Cross. It's good. So yeah, I'm going to finish those on Audible. I mean, it's unrealistic for me to think that I'm going to finish them by this. I mean, even if I finished a book a day, I still have 7 days, so we'll get done with them when I get done to it. But I have so many books I want to listen to on Audible. I just bought, what was that book? I think it was the #1 thriller on Goodreads. She's a young adult author. Holly Black? I've never read anything. Maybe I've read something by her years ago. But she got the best thriller. It's an adult book. Hold on a second. I just bought it. Oh, Nia from Dance Moms has a book out. Bottom of the Pyramid. Who knew? When did that book come out? Probably came out months ago. November 4th. I won't be listening to it. No offense, Nia. Point your toes. Look at my library. Okay, audiobooks. Let's look at Not Started. Okay. Wait, in progress. How do I look at Not Started? Okay. I actually bought Mark Tufo. Look at this. Mark Tufo, who I'm reading Zombie Fallout, he has a new book called Reset. I bought that one. Not Quite Dead Yet. Holly Jackson. Yeah, I've got all the Alex Cross books in a row. The Widow by John Grisham. Gone Before Goodbye. That's a Harlan Coben and Reese Witherspoon book. Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown. Stephen Graham Jones, Killer on the Road. I love him. He is a great horror novelist. Butcher and Blackbird. Emily Baker told me that she loved that series. I think that's why I got that one. Oh, there was a sale. That's why I bought all these. Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. Love him. Oh my God, one of my favorite new authors. I mean, he's not new, but like Stacey Willingham, Forget Me Not. Okay, I think Nikki and Stacey both were the ones that told me to read that. I've got so many books that I want to listen to. So I have 2 books called The Vacation and they're right in a row. That's weird. Okay. But anyway, so then I took my nap last night after I read. I read for probably like an hour in bed on my Kindle. And then, how do I get back to this? It doesn't matter. Anyway, and then I got up. When I got up, Alex said he was coming to bed and no. Oh, he finished Gilded Age at like 3 o'clock in the morning in bed because he was like, do you care if I come upstairs and watch TV? I said, no, I'm going to go downstairs anyway and watch TV. So I took the dogs downstairs, took them outside, whatever, and then made some coffee. What did I watch first last night? Or did I read? That's not Laura, that's my other neighbors. I can see them in the window across the street. Oh, by the way, I was talking to my neighbor across the street, so she wanted to see the dogs. So she's like, bring the boys over here. And they have their grandbaby. Is she walking over here? So I took the dogs over there. And her husband had spilled, like, cream on the, like, creamer on the, because he was, like, bringing in the groceries and it, like, busted open. And the dogs were, like, trying to get to, like, I'm on my leash. She's like, don't let the dogs get the creamer, they'll get sick. Anyway, she was real fascinated with it. But she just started watching The Pit, and she's like, oh my God, it's so good. She goes, I didn't know that, like, the entire season takes place in one day. Well, it was her friend. I said, your friend from the pool, like, I said her name. But I said, your friend was the one that told me about it to get me started. She's like, I know. And then I was telling her about BritBox, and she was like, have you watched Call the Midwife? She's been talking about that show for 3 years. She loves that show. So anyway, we're talking, and then... Oh, the landscaping manager lady, who I guess is not the landscaping manager anymore. She was walking around the neighborhood. She walks around every day. Like, her makeup is completely done. She had the cutest little hat on. She told me about her hat again today. And then she was picking up sticks. She's like, so many sticks and twigs in the yard. I go, I know. So anyway, last night, I started Vera. Okay, I started it the other day, and I was like, I don't know, like... Each episode is a different story. What was that? I was like, each episode's a different story. No, I'm not about all that. 11 seasons. I think it's 14 seasons or something, actually. But then last night I was like, okay, I really only got like 5 or 10 minutes into the first episode of Vera the other night when I started watching it. Everybody's told me to watch Vera. Well, okay, so I love Shetland, which, by the way, came back. But I'm not going to start watching it until all the episodes are out. They're releasing 1 episode a week, okay? I'm not watching Shetland. I'm like... All these shows releasing an episode a week, I'm so over it, okay? Like, this is my biggest complaint in the world. We pay, back in the day, we didn't pay for TV, okay? So it made sense. But now we pay for these streaming services, and we gotta wait for I wanna binge watch a show. So with The Pit, I know, and everybody be messaging me, are you watching The Pit? No, I'm gonna wait till it's all out. Because that's a show you binge. Shetland is a show you binge, okay? It's 6 episodes, the first episode's out. It's dying. I want to watch it so bad. But anyway, Shetland was based on Anne Cleeve's novels, okay? Which I didn't even know who Anne Cleeves was before I started watching Shetland, but I wish I had read her books first because she is an incredible storyteller. So she wrote all the books that they based Shetland on, okay? The other one that I watched called The Last Call or The Long Call had the gay detective in it. That's another series. I may actually read that series because it got canceled after 1 season. So that's the first book is like the first season of the show. That's usually how it goes with her books. So Vera is another one of her series. So Vera is very similar to Shetland in some ways. So I started it last night. Well, because I was like, I'm not gonna like this, and everybody's telling me to watch this, and y'all were right. I am obsessed with it. I love it. But I was like, it's 1 episode. Like each episode's a different mystery. They're an hour and a half long. Well, that's how Shetland started. And I kind of forgotten that. That's how Shetland started. Like, when Shetland started, like, it was like every 2 episodes was a different mystery. And I had forgotten that. I watched the first 3 episodes and half of the 4th episode. So each episode's an hour and a half. I watched the first 3 episodes and half of the 4th episode. No, did I start the 4th episode? I am obsessed. Although it's weird, and maybe it changes throughout the seasons because, well, first of all, her partner, this Joe guy, is real handsome. It takes place, I would say, it's like, oh my lord, there's my friend with her little dog. It's more populated than where Shetland takes place, but it looks very much like that, like the countryside and stuff like that. It's really pretty. Hello? How are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
Fabulous. Awesome. Look, aw. Have a great day.
You too.
She was like, I'm fabulous. I love my neighbors. Anyway. That's the 2 sisters that live in the neighborhood, and they each have one of the dogs. Anyway. So I started watching Vera last night, Okay, when I read like the synopsis of it, I like Google searched it or whatever. It's somebody said something about it being kind of like a cozy. It kind of does. It's kind of like a dark cozy mystery, a little bit. Brenda Blethyn is the actress that plays Vera. I love her. Okay, but it was interesting because when I Google searched it, it said that people like her because she's so like empathetic and kind and compassionate. She is. Does that change throughout the seasons? Because I think she's pretty rude, actually, in the first season of it. Like, I mean, she's kind of borderline, like, bitter. I mean, and you kind of understand, like, her dad's passed away, right, when she moves into his house. Like, I love the story of it. I'm obsessed. Like, I could watch all 14. Oh, this is what I started last night. I started the Harlan Coben Runaway show. And then I was like, or do I want to start Vera and try to give it I was like, I'm just going to watch, like, half an episode of Vera. Well, then 3 episodes later, I was hooked. It's so good. So that's what I did last night. Tonight, Alex, he does now want to watch the Knives Out movie. I was looking at the list. So people keep on asking me why I haven't watched the Oscar movies yet. The Oscar nominations haven't come out yet. The short list has for like the documentaries and stuff like that. But like the major categories hasn't come out yet. I mean, people are guessing. So I need to watch Sinners. The one with Leonardo DiCaprio. Alex wants to watch that one too. He has no interest in watching Sinners. I'm going to watch Knives Out. Knives Out is not going to be up for an Academy Award, probably, I'm assuming. I was just reading an article about all the movies that are going to be up for it today. What are the other movies they're talking about? Oh, I have to watch the first Wicked. Because they're saying Ariana Grande is going to get nominated possibly for Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress. I literally, do I have the article still pulled up? Because I was just reading this. I was talking about these movies. A lot of these movies aren't even out yet. Like, not even in the theaters yet. Oh, the one with Timothée Chalamet where he plays the boxer or whatever, Marty. They're talking a lot about that. Paul Mescal. Oh, I love him. He's in something. They're talking about, what's the Paul Mescal? Okay, I got out of this. Paul Mescal movie. This is the movie they're all talking about. Movies and TV shows. Here, let's pull it up and see. After Sun was what he was nominated. Hamnet. Well, it's only in the movie theaters. People keep on asking me why I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. There's another one that's on Netflix. It's out. There's quite a few movies that I want to see. I need to probably start watching them now so that when the nominations come out, I can... Because I'm going to watch all of the movies that are nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress. And maybe adapted from the books. Like, I like to do those too. But those are like the categories I really care about. So I'm going to try to watch all of those. And then I'm going to review those and react to those. So probably tonight we'll watch a movie. I don't know, unless he ends up going to his friend's house or whatever. He's like, are you sure you don't care? I was like, I think we've been together like 3 days and 4 days in a row now. I'm like, feel free to go. Anyway, so yeah. So today, I mean, I feel good enough to take a walk. I don't know, it's cold. See, this is what happens, okay? This is what happened before when I got away from I need to take a walk. I need to take like even just like a short walk tonight because I'm feeling better and I think it'll get me re-inspired to get back to the walking and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm going to take a walk. I'm not going to say I should. I'm going to say I am going to take a walk tonight. Just even like a short walk. It's actually not, I mean, it's warmer than it was. And then we'll either watch a movie. Oh, we've got RuPaul's Drag Race to watch. It started last night too. School Spirits is coming back. Has anybody watched The Night Manager? That's another show that I want to watch. I think it's on Prime. The second season's coming out. So I think I added that to my list of shows that I want to watch, The Night Manager. I didn't realize Olivia Colman's in it. But I saw some preview. Maybe she's just in season 2. Has anybody watched The Night Manager? Would you recommend it? Anyway, let me know. What an amazing life that I have. I just want to say, like, that I get to get up every single day and do something that I love. I've got a list, okay, you guys, of every video that I'm making every day next week. And it's like I get to pick, like, every day. Oh, I guess I'll do this video today. What an amazing life. And then, like, hang out with the dogs and my husband and talk on the phone and read books and pick what TV show to watch. And talk to my neighbors. I have such a blessed life, and that is entirely because of you guys watching my videos. And I just want to say I'm so grateful for that. I know I kind of say it from time to time, but it really means a lot to me. It really does. And so many of you have been here the other day people were like, I've been with you for like 9 years now, and that's just like the coolest thing. I appreciate it. So yeah, and then tonight I'm just gonna kind of hang out, and we'll probably do brunch or something tomorrow. I do want to say this because if I don't say anything about it on here, then people will be like, why did Peter not, mention or say anything about it? Yes, obviously, I'm very fully aware, and our family is very impacted by what is going on in Venezuela right now. Very mixed feelings about it. I would say that, like, Alex has been on. So I saw it like last night. I was like scrolling through social media. It was like, I think it was like 3 o'clock it was right after Alex had gone to sleep, honestly. And I saw it come up on social media, and I walked upstairs to see if he was still up, and he wasn't. And so I was like, I'm not going to wake him up tonight with this, because I just knew that he'd start doom scrolling and all this kind of stuff. So I was like, I'll just let him sleep. So when I got up today, he was already on there, and he was like already looking at stuff, and I had heard him talking on the phone to his mom earlier. So they were talking a lot about it. Just a lot of mixed feelings, very, very hopeful. Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, I understand enough about Maduro and everything that was going on in Venezuela before. I mean, they talk about it a lot as a family. When we go over, to see his grandma, she's like for years been watching the news and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of mixed feelings about it, of a mix between hopefulness and what it could be. And that's all I'll say. I don't want to... I've always tried to keep this vlog a very, very safe place for any of those topics. I know that I get into darker topics, but those are my personal experiences with this. And this is something that's just happened. So it's not like, I don't want to share somebody else's experience on this, if that makes sense. And with anything that's currently going on, and I know that people have a huge issue with that from time to time, but that I do that. But I've tried to be fair across the board with that. So that this is a place where people can come to, escape and find some solace in their life away from, there are places that we can have those conversations and see that stuff, and I think it's important. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm being negligent or that I'm not aware of it or I'm not talking about it, because my family is directly affected by it, because they are. And so if I didn't mention it at all, I knew people would say, like, why is Peter not mentioning it? But it's very deliberate that I don't bring those topics, especially, like, and then when people are like, you don't say these things, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I have a drama channel, okay? Like, it's not like I have a political commentary international channel, Like, it's a drama channel. And I'm also not the most inspired or educated person in the world, and I think that one of the things that has happened is that every person in the world feels a need to put their opinion out about things that maybe we're not. I don't know that I'm the most educated person to be talking about this thing just because my husband's Venezuelan, you know what I mean? Or because I've listened to conversations for 18 years about it. I don't know what it was like to live in that country. I didn't experience that. All I know is that I think what I have witnessed from my husband and his family is that there is a mix of hopefulness and a mix of let's just wait and see what happens. So I just wanted to mention it on here because I know if I didn't, people would be like, why is he not talking about it? But I try to be fair to everybody, and I've always tried to keep this a very safe space. I do feel like there's a difference when I'm sharing experiences about my coming out and things like that. And maybe 6 months down the road, depending on what happens, I will share my experience with this based on that, or our family's experience or whatever. But it's like the next day, and so I just wanted to share why I have that. So, but yeah, today I can hear my husband is in the kitchen. Are you cooking? He didn't hear me, but I hear he's in the kitchen. He's probably got his AirPods on. But I'm going to go inside, and then I'm going to upload the vlog, and then I think I am going to take a walk. Well, it's still early. What time is it? How long did I go on this vlog? Oh, my God. It's 4:21. It's 4:21. Should we give one or two shout outs to people? Let's give a shout out or two. Oh, who's texting me? Oh, Mel. She's talking about her mother-in-law's fried rice and how good it is already, but she elevated it. She sauteed cabbage and mixed it in with the fried rice. Perfection, she said. I love Mel so much. Followed by crochet, before she was sending me crochet dog collars that she's making. My friends are the best. They really are. Okay, let's give some shout outs really quick. Shout out! Shout out! Sally. Hey, Sally. Look at this. This looks so silly. Silly like Sally. Sally said, 1 hour ago, finally trying to get caught up. I have about 6 more to go. Honey, you didn't miss anything. Same story, same spot, but thank you. Christy said, I need a video of all the books we were supposed to be reading in January. I started on Deja Dead. I'm loving it so far. Oh, Christy, thank you so much. Okay, all the books we're supposed to be reading in January. Well, if you're doing all the book clubs, because a lot of people are like, I'm doing this one, but I'm not doing that one. So, Mel and I are doing the read-along, the Kathy Reichs read-along. Deja, it's the first 2 books. So, Deja Dead is the first one, and whatever was the second one. That's for the Mel and I read-along. Then, the Cozy Mystery Book Club is Murder by Cheesecake. The second one comes out in July. It's the Golden Girls Cozy Mystery book. And then the Banned and Challenged Book Club book is Identical by Ellen Hopkins. So it's 3 books. Well, it's actually 4 because there's 2 in the Kathy Reichs books. I was kind of surprised so many of you talked about having allergies year long. Like, it drives me crazy because my husband only has them for like 2 months. But it drives me crazy. And I'm like, why am I dealing with... Well, he thought he had them the other night. So maybe, I don't know, my allergies have kind of changed through the years. Like, I was talking about this the other day. Like, I didn't have, like allergy headaches when I was younger, but now I do. Oh, my God. Can I just... So many of you on here were talking about me saying I was pregnant. Because of, like, craving certain things and being tired and all that stuff. Well, you know what? I was thinking last night that maybe Walter and Otis need a little brother. No, I don't need the true crime documentary to be my husband killed me over having too many dogs. He'd say, Alex is like, have as many as you want. If you want to have 10 dogs, have 10 dogs. Walter and Otis are quite enough. I could just see the people like, he's getting another dog. I just thought maybe 3 would be sweet because we had Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee. Anyway, I know we don't need another dog right now. They're going to go meet their sister. Her name was Loretta, but it's not Loretta anymore. But they're going to go meet their sister. Well, they already met her, obviously. It's her sister, but we're getting them back together. We're going to have a little reunion here in a little bit. I talked about that the other day. Anyway, dropping my gloves. I was like, is that Laura? That's my husband. He's in the kitchen. Anyway, someone's in the kitchen with Alex. Someone's in the kitchen. I know. Oh. So for all of you that recommended Vera to me, thank you. I'm obsessed. And if you have any other shows or books, I don't need any other books right now. Recommend it to me. Please don't. No books. No books. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Anyway, and then Laura and I will probably do a Pierce Brown read-along this summer. Anyway, let me know what you guys are doing this weekend. I hope you're having a magically amazing Saturday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. And, of course, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.